Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello, my comic book friends, and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host, and this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and examine the stories and the art. And this time, I want to take a little look at this book from Gold Key, 1963. Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Oh, some old fun. This is a fun little book. Yeah, 19. This book is older than my wife. Yeah, but not older than me. Of course, it's before we get into that, remember, I've got my two comic books available here. Bizarre Brain Comics Anthology, just some humor and some adventure. And Bizarre Brain Comics presents Heroes. It's some superheroes and a little touch of horror in there, and they're all good fun. $7.99, and available on Amazon or some other online booksellers, such as Barnes and Noble online bookstore, and available on thrift books and stuff. So here we are, Walt Disney's Comics and Stories, and this is, like I said, from 1963. It's Volume 24, Number 1. That should make it somewhere around number 289, I think. I'm not sure because it doesn't say. They're going by volumes and stuff, instead of issue numbers. And they weren't always monthly. At this time, it was monthly, and I think sometime earlier on it wasn't necessarily monthly. Might have been bi-monthly, and later on, later publishers was sometimes bi-monthly and quarterly. So it's hard to gauge just what the actual number is. Now, why they number it like that makes no sense to me. But anyway, and this book features a Donald Duck story, which has a little bit of Scrooge, but it's not a Scrooge story, and has a little Bad Wolf story with his Big Bad Wolf, and a small Brer Rabbit story, both of whom are from the Song of the South movie from the was it as far back as the 40s or in the 50s? I can't remember. Has a Zorro story, and I think that was done by Alex Toth, and ends up with a Mickey Mouse story feature along with Goofy. They was teamed up with Goofy. Okay, and Walt Disney's Comics and Stories is an American anthology comic title, because I specify American there because there are historically have been a lot of European and Asian publications, long-running publications featuring Disney characters. So this is an American anthology comic title featuring various Walt Disney cartoon and live-action characters. It is the longest-running Disney title in the U.S., having more than 700 issues. When I was looking in research, the highest number was supposed to be issue 720 that I could find reference to. So it's probably around there, making it, as the flagship Disney title, one of the most successful and best-selling comics in history, running from 1940 to 2020, by various publishers, such as starting with Dell, and then to Gold Key, like this one is after Gold Key, Western split from Dell, as Disney Comics. They published them themselves for just 2 or 3 years. Gladstone, Gemstone, Boom Kids, and IDW. And in the mid-50s, it was the best-selling comic book with over 3 million copies per month. And from what I understand, a lot of that was because of largely due to subscriptions, and possibly could have been a lot of, because they had a big subscription push, and I guess a lot of subscriptions were given to children as birthday or Christmas gifts, because they, I guess what they would do is, then if someone was given a subscription as a gift, a little certificate or card was sent to the recipient, notifying him or her of the subscription gift. So, and one of the best known, or the best known, old time Disney duck artist was all of a sudden I'm drawing a blank, but you know who I'm talking about, the good duck artist. Anyway, I don't think it's him doing this Donald Duck. Jeez. I hate getting old sucks, I tell you. I can't think. Anyway, and here we have this Donald Duck story. Of course, it has Hugh, Dewey, and Louie. Donald Duck is out to win the Duckburg Pet Parade. And then has Mickey here. Mickey Mouse is off on a new adventure, Undercover Mountie. And then over here in the corner we have the photo of Guy Williams as Zorro from the Walt Disney TV show. Zorro comes to the aid of Sergeant Garcia in Turnabout. Oh yeah, Guy Williams was very popular for that long before he was John Robinson on Lost in Space. What we have on the back? Oh, just an ad. I'm surprised. Okay, take a look. Mentioned the subscription. Here is on the inside cover is an ad for a subscription, and then I'm surprised it's black and white, but very neat tying it in, with all the little satellites to the space, the big boom in space stuff right then, because of the of NASA and all the satellites, new satellites going up in the beginning of the space race. Okay, and it turns out Duckburg has an annual event of a pet parade, and people are out with their various pets, and I guess the exotic and unusual ones do. So Donald Duck has a pet rooster who rides a tiny bicycle, and he says, "Oh, I'm going to be the best one." And he goes around the corner, and there's another guy with three roosters who riding unicycles, and so that's not going to work. And he thinks, "Oh, I'll go rent a kangaroo from the zoo, and somebody else has already beat him to it." Then he thinks of a camel, and someone's beat him to that. "Oh, what am I going to do?" And the boys have theirs with just a simple thing with little mice, pulling a pumpkin. And they think, "Oh, I'll get an elephant," but there's no elephants in Duckburg. But just so happens that right being offloaded for Uncle Scrooge is an elephant. He says, "What's this?" "It's a gift from some Maharaja." He goes, "I don't need an elephant." And the guy who brought it with him has, "Oh, and here's the Onkus sent with it. It's a goad to help control the elephant." "I don't want it." Right then, Donald is going outside. He's going to go fishing, and then he sees the elephant. He rents the elephant from Uncle Scrooge for the pet parade, and he races off. That's when the guy tells. So after Donald is off with the elephant, the guy tells, "Oh, it's Maharaja, is someone who hates you, and the elephant is a rogue, and he's probably going to tear the town apart." He goes, "What?" He's got to go warn Donald. Too late, and so Donald is there learning how to control the elephant with the Ankas, right, and right at the waiting spot for the pet parade, and the elephant suddenly decides it's going to do all kinds of cutesy things, and everyone else just hates him and go boo boo boo. Then accidentally he lets the elephant see the Ankas, and he snatches it. Now he goes crazy, throws it aside, goes crazy, and goes rampaging, scares everybody off and away. No one left in the pet parade except it's going to be me. Then the boys, with their elephants, with their with their mice, they could start trying to herd their mice, and of course the mice frighten the elephant. Elephant runs off, which leaves everybody. The only people in the pet parade were the boys with their mice, so they win the prize, which really irritates Sonal. Then we have a cute little bad wolf with big bad. It's a big bad beach neck, and a little bad wolf getting his pop, who's laying in the hammock, wants to go do something. Decides I want to go to the beach. Says, okay, I'll take him to the beach. And said, but it's an opportunity for him to be bad, because remember, he's the big bad wolf, and he starts being obnoxious and stealing the beach ball and getting people all riled up, and then got people in a fight, and then everyone's wanting to chase him. And everyone's chasing him, and but it turns out that everyone's off the beach just as a huge rogue wave comes in, and and it wound up they saved everybody, and so by being bad, Pop was good and did some mischief, but he says I'd hate to get a good reputation, so it's got to punch him because he meant bad. So they go and bury him in the sand. Everyone else goes off to play. It says, forcing a bad wolf to loaf all day is great punishment. So he got a reward by his punishment and stuff. And then here's the Brer Rabbit. It's only a little 2-pager, and it's Brer Fox trying to catch Brer Rabbit, and Brer Rabbit gets one up on Brer Fox. And now here we go, the adventure of Zorro adventure. And you see, I have some other Alex Toth Zorro, big reprint volume. So if it's not Alex Toth, the artist is trying to imitate Alex Toth's style. So I really believe it is Alex Toth. And then it got a new commandant in Los Angeles, and sends Sergeant Garcia, says you catch Zorro in 1 week, or you're busted to private, because the commandant is in trouble if he doesn't catch Zorro. And of course, stuff rolls downhill, goes down to the privates, but he meets Don Diego de la Vega, who in reality is secretly El Zorro. And he learns of Sergeant Garcia's plight. He says, we got to do something, because if Sergeant Garcia is replaced, they might actually get somebody competent in there. So he sets up a thing for Zorro to be captured. And he is captured, hauled in front of the new commandant, and tricks the commandant into taking him into his own office, where the tables are turned on the commandant, and then he is, with a bag over his head, is marched through the center of town, made a fool of. Zorro takes off, and Sergeant Garcia is put in charge until a new commandant is there. And a whole bunch of goofy jokes. Why do you scratch yourself? I'm the only one who knows where it itches. Silly stuff like that. Then we get Mickey Mouse, an undercover Mountie. And it turns out Mickey and Goofy are working for the Royal Mounted Police up in Canada, and they're both wanting to be Mounties, but they're just doing crap jobs. They're not allowed to be regular cops. And he mentions how it's the 90th anniversary of the Mounties. At that time, it was 90 years. Now it's like 150 years. So then there's the commander of the Mounties is lamenting this. There's this crook who keeps appearing, and it's like, well, three seems to be popping up in three places at the same time, and someone says that they saw him at such and such a lake. So, but I don't have enough men to spare to go up there and check it all. So he sends Mickey and Goofy to go look for Black Pierre up there at that lake. Just see if that sighting is really him, and report back. So that's what they do. They have to go up there disguised as fishermen because they have no uniforms and stuff. And it's like takes 2 days for them to get there on horseback because it's so remote. And they get up there and say, "Oh, this is a good place. We'll make camp and do some fishing." And so, meanwhile, Black Pierre has spotted them. Doesn't know who they are, but he is suspicious. Even though they're with Goofy, how can you be suspicious with Goofy? And he lets himself be seen. Goofy practically panics. They follow where he's going, and through the river with the rapids. Well, there's no sign of him. He didn't go this way. And Goofy, being Goofy, slips, falls, and so Mickey has to try to save him. Turns out that he accidentally found where Black Pierre. There's some hay here, and Black Pierre has his canoe hidden, so he did not go take the route that they thought he did. And dun dun dun, it's continued. What happens? Do they catch Black Pierre? I don't know, because I don't have the next issue. Oh, and then we have Scamp from Tramp and Scamp. Just some cute little 3-panel gags, like a regular newspaper comic strip. Oh, okay, so that's a lot of fun. And that's all I've got for you this time. Just talking about some fun Walt Disney comics and stories. Good stuff for kids and adults alike. If you don't get cavities from all the sweetness. Okay, and thank you for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Walt Disney's comics and stories. Did you follow it for years and years like a lot of people did? Or just get it every once in a while like I did? Thank you for joining me. And remember, people, comics are art.